my lady.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and join me on an adventure of a lifetime traveling to Cartagena, Colombia. So to start off, of course, we flew down on Delta. We were upgraded to Comfort, which was amazing. If you haven't flown in Delta Comfort before, I highly recommend trying it out, especially when traveling longer distances. It's a step above flying economy and a tier lower than first class. They provide you with a comfy pillow and blanket. You receive more attention from flight attendants, and you receive unlimited beverages, which includes alcohol, y'all. And you have more space for like your legs and other items. They also provided us with this travel kit that included like a toothbrush, toothpaste. They had earplugs in there as well as a face mask. We did take a sunset ride down to Bogota, Colombia, where we had an hour-and-a-half layover. But due to weather, our flight was delayed by 30 minutes. Honestly, it didn't really feel that bad because before we knew it, we were on our way over to Cartagena. Our flight did arrive at midnight, so of course we arranged private transportation to take us to our hotel. They do have taxis and all that type of stuff out there, but guys, I highly recommend just arranging your own transportation through the hotel that you're going to be staying at, because you just never know. You're in a foreign country. The next morning we woke up to a very sunny day in Colombia. I believe it was 85 degrees that day. Since we arrived super late, we decided to sleep in a little bit, and we ended up ordering room service for breakfast, which we are staying at the Hyatt Cartagena, and the food here was absolutely delicious, y'all. But I'll get into more details about the hotel a little bit later, because after having breakfast, we were ready to explore the city, y'all. We was ready to go. So we grabbed us a taxi, but something to call out is Uber is actually illegal down here, and if you're caught, you will be arrested. But they have tons of taxis around the city, so it's not an issue with getting transportation. The next thing you know, we ended up at Old Town Cartagena. So when you arrive, you'll instantly notice that there is a wall built around this town. So fun fact, they originally built this wall around the town to defend against pirate attacks that the city suffered from back in the 1700s. But once you're inside the city, you'll immediately fall in love with the unique architecture and all the vibrant colors that the city has to offer you. People actually live and actually work here in the city, so this is the perfect way to engulf in the culture and mingle with some of the locals. And speaking of locals, we ended up running into these beautiful ladies here who are the showstoppers of the town. They're called palenqueras, who were originally descendants from African slaves brought over by the Spanish colonial rule. You'll see a lot of them walking around the town, which they'll definitely take photos and videos with you, but make sure to have tip money handy for them afterwards. I definitely recommend converting your currency over to Colombian pesos to make sure that you have tip money. Another thing to call out is most people in Cartagena speak only Spanish, so I highly recommend, if you don't speak Spanish, to have Google Translator or something similar to download so you can communicate with people properly. But guys, it's so much to do and see while you're down here in the town, and one of the things that we arranged while we were down here was a cooking class. So we arranged a cooking class with Sky Kitchen to prepare a 4-course Colombian meal, and I just have to say, I love the facility of this place. There's this beautiful walkway that leads you back to the building where it's tucked away, and when you come inside, there's tons of greenery all around it. It's an open space layout, so some parts where you eat and sit were outside, and when you cook, that space is covered. And they also have a rooftop where you'll see these really big birds like this one flying around, but they're completely harmless. So this was the menu for today's class, and the next thing you know, we were slicing and dicing things. Check it out.
You like to cook? Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
At home? Yes.
Yeah.
What kind of food? Anything.
Yeah, anything good. Anything good.
A time in Colombia? First time in Colombia?
Yeah. First time.
In the only city, or you will visit other cities?
No, first time. So like I said, we were cooking a 4-course meal, and we actually started with the dessert. first. So this is what we're doing right now. We're actually making Colombian ice cream, which you guys will see the finished product in the end. We then sliced up some plantains because this would also go with our dessert. And then the next thing you know, we were starting on our second dish, which we were chopping up a lot of vegetables. As you can see here, we're chopping up like a red onion. Right here, we're also chopping up a tomato. And y'all, I really got really good with like my chopping skills here. We were making like this traditional like Colombian chicken salad. And the wonderful thing about this place is that there was also kind of like someone assisting with all the prep. As you can see, she's like chopping up the meat right there, which made the process so seamless and so much easier, because we already know when you cook there's a lot of prep. So with her doing that, it made it so much more simpler with us overall. But before you know it, we were sitting down to eat our first meal. So basically, after you finish a dish, you eat it. And they set the table for you and everything. They give you water, but you can also order like drinks if you want to for a small cost. But the next thing you know, we were on to our second dish, which was my favorite dish. Honestly, this dish was prepared so simple, and it kind of gave a vibe of like a shrimp scampi, because there was shrimp inside of it. As you can see, Aaron's cooking it. Before we knew it, we were back at the table eating, and y'all, this was so freaking delicious. I mean, I honestly am probably going to try to make this at home for real. The next thing you know, we were back at the cooking table and we were preparing some fish, and we were going to wrap these in these leaves that you see here, and we were actually going to place these on the grill. So we're going to grill these inside of the wraps. Check out Aaron's video of us wrapping the fish in the leaves.
This way. This way. That way.
While the fish was on the grill, we then moved on to prepare our plates, which we prepared it with this creamy, like it tastes like a tomato soup, and that's how we decorated our plate, which was something out of like a fancy restaurant. This was the finished product. Everything came out delicious. We then moved on to making dessert, which making dessert was like making a piece of art. And this is what I was talking about at the beginning. We ended up making ice cream, which came out tasting like, it tastes like a sherbet, because you could taste really the fruits that we actually put in there, and there was the plantains on the side. Guys, highly recommend doing an experience like that. Before you know it, we were headed back to the hotel. When we arrived back at the hotel, we decided to get drinks at the Rooftop bar, which is stunning, guys. I mean, look at that. It looks like something out of Greece. Ended up toasting the night away with some Prosecco. We had an early morning, so we didn't do anything after this. Y'all, this was the perfect way to end such an amazing day. The next morning, we were up early and headed out to our excursion, which was a mud volcano. It took us an hour from where we were to get over to the volcano, but guys, this was worth the wait, because this is something that I have been wanting to experience for a while. We went to the Totumo Mud Volcano. When you arrive there, they have people ready to help you throughout this whole process, which is very nice, because you are getting in mud. So make sure that you bring tons of tip money to make sure that you're tipping people properly. When you walk up the volcano, you do walk a bit barefoot, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I was so intimidated. The further we got up the volcano, the more and more I became nervous. I was like kind of scared but excited. But then once you get to the top and you see everyone in it and everyone's relaxing and having fun, it definitely calmed my nerves. So y'all, the mud is essentially made of hot springs water combined with volcanic ash that's been pushed through the earth, creating like this mold thick warm mud that you see here. And guys, when you get inside of it, you can get a massage. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I highly recommend doing it. And you know, this mud has, like, I guess there's like an assumption that there's healing powers, you know, associated with this. Highly recommend doing this. When you get down, you will have to walk back down the volcano, as you can see here. A little scary, not gonna lie. And then they guide you to this pond where they actually wash off all the mud. There's someone there to help you if you need that. We got some help, because yeah, it's a lot of mud on you. And then the next thing you know, you're headed back. Guys, I highly recommend doing this experience. This is something so amazing. You definitely won't regret it. So after that amazing experience, we headed back to the hotel because we wanted to relax by the pool. And let's get into the hotel. So we stayed at the Hyatt Cartagena Hotel, which is located in the center of the city, which is like perfect for vacationing. The service here was phenomenal, and like I said, the food is delicious. They do have restaurants located inside the hotel. Things were very affordable. I highly recommend checking out this hotel if you get a chance. Later that night, we headed back down to the old town of Cartagena because we wanted to experience some nightlife, and we headed over to the Mirador Gastro Bar, which is a rooftop bar and absolutely stunning. They do have an inside part as well, but the rooftop is the showstopper. This is the view. You can see a view of the city. The drinks here were absolutely good, and the service here was amazing. They really cater to you here. And we also did order food, but guys, I wasn't really a fan of the food, to be honest. So I would skip that, and I would really just come here for drinks. They did have hookah, which the hookah was really good, and they also have live music, which we headed downstairs to kind of like check that out. This place definitely has a laid-back atmosphere, so like a grown and sexy type of vibe. So if you're looking to like turn up and things like that, they have tons of clubs and lounges all around old Cartagena. But highly recommend checking this place out if you get a chance. The next morning, we were up early and headed off to the airport because we were leaving. And the great thing about it is that we were upgraded to first class. Benefits of flying with Delta all the time. But guys, if you haven't done so already, please make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, and make sure to save this video. And guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!